Hey guys, so how you guys doing tonight? Can you guys hear the music in the background there? So how's everybody doing tonight? Let's see. Well, nobody's said anything more about it yet. Like the view cam's going back down again. Well, this is Anasun FM. It's a like anime radio station online anime radio station they have. And um, I was just listening to it. So, um, how you guys doing tonight? This song in particular is "Shine" from L'Arc itself, the opening theme from um, Morbido, Guardian of the Spirit. Okay, you guys hear it or no? Okay, yeah. Uh, Even though I took the share screen off, can you guys still hear it? I don't hear it. Sorry, Mike. Okay. All right. So okay. Well, I just exited there. So just you. Just okay. So I was the only one who was able to hear it. Okay. Let's trying some stuff there. I guess with the share screens, you can't really. Guess you can't. It's harder to share. I know other people have done it where they've shared videos or stuff like that, but I guess. Um. Yes, I couldn't for some reason. Oh well. Let's see. Thinking of adding background music. Um. Not really. I was. The only reason I had it on because I was listening to it as I was like, waiting in here. So I just didn't, But I have, there are times when, I don't know, because like as of yet, I haven't tried like video, like sharing like videos or or music on here, in terms of the screen share. I know other people have done it and been able to do it, but I'm just experimenting more or less, just trying to figure out, how to try to figure out how to do it in the event that I may someday want. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, I dropped in on both Leto and Solid's streams earlier. Um, at high and stuff like that, in between doing other things. How you guys doing tonight? Kind of funny. We had four people waiting at the beginning, but now the counter's still saying that two are watching now. My guess is there's probably more than two of us in here. I would hope, anyways. And I do thank you guys for any likes and shares you guys have done. Um, According to the participants, we had three participants participating in the chat, only two people watching. Let's see now. A lot of free to use music to use. Yeah, yeah, I'm tinkering with it myself, but pausing the hell out of it, and adding commentary so I can make it fair use. Yeah, I'm just listening to it. So I mean, Toy saw me attempting it. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So, anyways, Leto, I saw you said earlier that you were drinking a lot of soda today. Just be careful because sometimes the soda will will do stuff to your system that you may not want it to. Uh, about loud. I know Solid was in here a few minutes ago. I wonder if he's still around or if he took off. I know got his new Street Fighter merch pre-ordered. That's cool. Like, um, oh yeah. So, hmm. Yeah, I'm sorry you missed last night. I know we talked a little bit about it on your stream earlier too. I'm sorry you missed last night because one of the stories I did cover was profile piece on some of the manga adaptations of Legend of Zelda. I don't know if you went back and watched that or not, Leto. I figured you might find that fun. Albeit last night, last night I think we were all a little tired. Uh, see. No, I don't. I made a video this merch that pissed me when I saw a trailer. Laugh out loud. Uh, a bit of it. Mm, yeah. So how'd your day go today, ATC? Your family still recovering from all the medical stuff they've had to go through over the last week or so, couple weeks. Hmm. See where. Oh wow, we're already past 9 minutes. Wow, time's going fast tonight. Wait a few minutes to see if anybody else comes in. Hopefully. Hmm. Yes, it is. Yeah, everyone will live. Lavalot, unfortunately. Lavalot can't cash in on that life insurance yet. Oh boy. Uh, oh yeah. Hey, toys. Did you hear about that pastor in I think it was Calgary or something like that that basically kicked the cops out of his church because they were basically going in trying to enforce the mask mandate. Did you hear about that happening in your country? That's why I was asking. There's even video they did on it. Uh, hmm. Boy, 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 boy. See, ATC should have. All right, we already. Yeah, I saw that. It was funny. Yeah. I don't know. Does Canada have something like we have? I, I'm not sure. Does Canada have like a constitution like we have it? Do you guys have like a lot of the same rights, or no? What's the topics for today? I'll get to those in just a sec. Just trying to. All right. So yeah, I might as well talk a little bit about what's on tap for today. So I've got 5 stories tonight. Two that are comics related, two that are anime related, and one that's kind of a cartoon slash animated comedy related. Um, let's see. Terrible news about one of them would probably be might consider that because there's this one guy like probably the lead story is going to be a Jordan Peterson piece, and I'll be reading from Bounding into Comics because he's a psychology professor. He's got a little bit of hit back from a Marvel comic author, comparing him to the Red Skull. So we'll be looking at that a little bit. Also, a longtime writer for Mad Magazine passed away. Um, Frank, I think it's Frank Burns or Frank Doyle or something like that. Long time. We'll be looking at that. There's a kind of a profile piece on Futurama I'll be looking at, and then on the anime side of it, let's see. I think try and remember here. Uh, Let me see. I'm gonna have to go back and double check that real quick. Oh yeah, I got a One Piece story. So One Piece, I guess they're starting their final arc of the manga, and also Common Rider is celebrating 50 years as well. Um, so that's pretty much what's on tap for tonight. So, so yeah, we got. Well, I could have probably, anyways, could have checked on that other guy's name. Anyways, so let's see. Hey, so what's up the topic for today? I just went through that. Let less rights, laugh out loud. Today's topic is more terrible. He's about woke culture. There's a Bill of Rights. Okay. Oh yeah. So I had no idea. R.I.P. Um, sorry for late replies. The stream's lagging on my end. Yeah, yeah. Well, I don't know if that's also part of the fact that it's only showing up as 2 viewers when we got 3, I believe. Final arc, like in the entire series. Well, you'll see when we get to the article because it said something like chapter 96, something about the end game. So that's why I was thinking that's what it was. So when we get there, you'll see. But anyways, let's go ahead because we're now past the 15-minute mark here, I believe. So I should be a good time to start getting going here. Um, Without no further ado, let's get started. Okay, so well, actually, we're almost at the 17-minute mark. In fact, so here's the first story. And I know CBR also had a story, but I decided to go with this one instead. Spencer Bakuli is the writer of this. This came out today, and I know that this guy. I guess there's been a lot of news about this guy over the past, I don't know, months, weeks. Jordan Peterson. So let's get into this. Um, Marvel Comics author Nahisi Ta-Nehisi Coates compares Jordan Peterson to the Red Skull in latest issue of Captain America. Let's see. Laugh out loud. Marvel being a clown. Yeah, this guy Ta-Nehisi Coates, know, yeah. Now the counter's reading 1. I mean, I know you. From what I can tell, you guys haven't left, so I don't know why it keeps dropping like that. But anyways, in the latest issue of Captain America, Marvel Comics author Ta Nehisi Coates has drawn a comparison between Jordan Peterson, the prominent psychologist whose self-help teachings run counter to many of the beliefs of critical social justice and race theory, and the infamous Hydra villain Red Skull. Now, aside from being a Hydra villain, of course, Red Skull is also, I think, the arch enemy of Captain America as well. So, yeah, Captain America, Volume 9, Issue number 5, 2018. Marvel Comics, words by Ta Nehisi Coates, art by Lainey Francis Yu. As seen in recent issues, Captain America's current storyline involves the return of the Red Skull, who, following his return from death as a mental co inhabitant of Alexander Lukian's newly revived body, has taken to radicalizing his various followers through posing internet videos criticizing the Star Spangled Hero and what he represents. America Volume 9, number 27. Okay. Though the Red Skull's inflammatory internet career was first hinted at in the last issue, number 27, it was not until the recent release of issue number 28 that Coates revealed that the classic Captain America villain was not only going about his operation by running a simple blog, an embarrassing downgrade from his once lofty goals of possessing the cosmic cube, but that his radical teachings were based on the work of Jordan Peterson. According to a panel in the issue, Red Skull's blog contains articles such as Chaos and Order, the Feminist Trap, and a video discussing the 10 rules for life, all of which are hyperbolic parodies of topics Peterson has touched upon. In particular, the Red Skull's video article is an obvious reference to Peterson's book, 12 Rules of Life, An Antidote to Chaos. Later, at the conclusion of the issue, Red Skull's followers proceed to overwhelm a wounded Captain America before he is rescued from the attackers by an armored Sharon Carter. In turn, Red Skull takes footage of Roger's defeat and proceeds to use it in a propaganda video appealing to the various racist and terrorist groups who've taken up his message by offering them the metaphorical sword of manhood. Oh yeah, this is woke, isn't it? What do you guys think? You guys think that this guy Ta-Nehisi um, Coates is pushing wokeness? I'm not here, Mike. YouTube said so. I found out I legged out. Red Skull, a commentary channel. Now, laugh out loud. Get this garbage out of here. Uh, I'm just reporting on it, man. And part of the reason is because I have seen Jordan Peterson's name. I don't really know his work, but he seems like people have been going after this guy. I take it based on, I guess, a response here. Maybe Jordan Peterson might be a pro-Trumper. I guess I don't know. Um, Eventually, Coates' underhanded swing at Peterson was discovered by the psychologist himself, who took to Twitter to share his utter amazement at the Marvel writer's audacity, asking his followers upon first notice of the issue, WTH. Okay, so I guess the thing is, contributors to the Atlantic, like Ta-Nehisi Coates, are moving on to comics. Let me know if any of this looks familiar. And then Dr. Peterson goes WTH. In a following tweet, a baffled Peterson further asked, do I really live in a universe where Ta-Nehisi Coates has written a Captain America comic featuring a parody of my ideas as part of the philosophy of the arch-villain Red Skull? As of writing, neither Marvel nor Coates have commented on the issue's comparison between Peterson and Captain America's arch foe. What do you make of Coates' comparison? Let us know your thoughts on social media or in the comments down below. I'm not as familiar with. I've seen the name, I've seen it around a lot. That's part of the reason why, as I said, why I covered this. But I don't really know what Peterson's work actually. I got kind of a little bit from reading this, obviously. But you guys heard of this guy? You guys know what all this is about? A little bit more. The good report. I like Jordan Peterson. He's just a psychologist, is all, and shows them their crazy mentalities. Wait, let me see if I can draw a comparison. Would you say that Jordan Peterson is like our dear friend from Kiwi Farms and Nick Streams, Ken Jennings, the psychologist Ken Jennings, not the actual champion. About woke culture saying being a responsible person is being racist and treat people with respect is wrong. So is that the crust of Peterson's work? Is he basically just preaching or trying to talk about being a responsible person and respecting others? Is that the crust of his work there, ATC? And is this guy like kind of like Ken Jennings, the guy we know from Kiwi Farms and Nick Ricada streams? Oh, now we're back up to three. Hmm. Yeah, it's not about politics. Just dives more into the human mind and what makes someone act that way. Okay, all right. So these things for clarify. Thank you for clarifying that, Leto. And as always, guys, of course, I do like any and all likes and shares. Um, they help the algorithm. So hopefully we can start getting some more people in here soon. So, anyways, with that being said, I guess I will go on to the next article that I was going to do. Check into five. Yeah. Frank Jacobs. That's the guy's name I was trying to think of earlier. Okay, so let's see now. All right, and let's see now. All right, so here's the next article. Longtime Mad writer Frank Jacobs passes away at 92. Frank Jacobs, one of the most prolific writers in the history of Mad Magazine, passed away at the at the age of 92. When I understand, Mad Magazine and the story, of course, by Brian Cronin of CBR. Um, Mad Magazine has been around for quite a while, so 5 decades of his greatest works. Frank Jacobs, one of the most prolific writers in the history of Mad Magazine, passed away on Monday at the age of 92. After the late, great Dick D. Bartolo, Jacobs was the most prolific Mad writer who did not also draw his own strip, like Don Martin, Sergio Aragones, or Al Jaffe. Even counting writer artists like Jaffe, Jacobs was in the top 7 most prolific Mad contributors, appearing in over 300 issues of the humor magazine. I think Mad Magazine also kind of specializes more in adult humor. In fact, I think that may be what Mad TV was based on. There's also the iconic image of that redheaded, bucktooth, freckle faced kid that most people know over the years. Well, he lived a life, at least. Wait. Well, he lived a long life, at least. Yep, 92. So let's see. That would have most likely meant that he would have been, let's see, 92. So 2021, depending on his actual date of birth, that would have meant he would have probably been born something like in 19, depending on when his date of birth was. Um, 20, 12, 11 minus 9. Like maybe 1928 or 29, depending upon the actual month of his birth, So 19, that was basically around the time of the start of the depression when he was born. So Jacob's first pitch to Mad, a story titled Why I Left the Army and Became a Civilian, was not only purchased, but Mad even spotlighted it when it first appeared in 1957's Mad number 33. It also later appeared in the very first Mad paperback collection. Section 8 department, and then here's Section 8 department, following article by Frank Jacobs, immediately convinced us that he is a mad writer. Um, we were convinced when this article was brought to us by Mr. Jacobs' literary agent, who curiously wore a white coat. Here then is Frank's frank confession on why I left the army and became a civilian. Look at this. This is some interesting stuff right here. See if you guys looking at this and saying anything. Yes, not yet. Uh, Jacobs had four other bylines in that very issue, and that kickstarted his long and acclaimed. So that happened back in 1957. So that was um, like 64 years ago. 64 years ago. Wow, that was pretty. Jacobs had, okay, four other bylines. Over the years, Jacobs came up with a number of recurring bits and features on top of the regular mad parodies that we know and love. He did a really great "What if Peanuts game aged in real time" strip, and I always get a kick out of it. I guess that was the author's little. One of them was to come up with obituaries for fictional characters, coming up with outlandish ways that they died. R.I.P. Kirby Department. Oliver Warbucks died. Renowned tycoon was 71. Obituaries for comic strip characters. Katzenjammers perish in blast. The Katzenjammer kids, as you guys know, Batgoat and I have talked. Well, Batgoat more than I have, talked about the Katzenjammer kids before. So, oh yeah. Oh man, and then there's Snoopy on top of a gravestone. A sharp recurring feature was the do-it-yourself news story, where he satirized the monoton or the monotony of modern news stories and how you could predict stories before they were ever written. Mad, all inclusive, do it yourself Vietnam newspaper story. However, what Jacobs was best known for was his song parodies. Parody music has obviously existed for as long as there have been music to parody. But the 1950s and 1960s saw a large surge in popularity for music parodies, from Stan Freberg to Tom Lehrer to Alan Sherman. Mad Magazine was along for the ride as well, and Jacobs was perhaps their most accomplished parody songwriter. He was a wizard with a verse. Weird Al Yankovic has cited Jacobs' song parodies as a major influence for his work. Um, for those of you who are, I'm pretty sure at least some of you, if not all of you, have heard of Weird Al Yankovic. He had like parodies like "Eat it, eat it, eat it, eat it." Uh, anyways, um, actually, he even had a song on the Transformers G1 movie soundtrack that featured the Junkions called "Dare to Be Stupid." That's another one of Yankovic's work. Weird Al's works. But anyways, back to the article here. Noting at the release of a Frank Jacobs tribute book a few years back with a foreword by Yankovic, Frank Jacobs wrote most of the song parodies for Mad. One of my all-time heroes in Mad, number 66, he and Wallace Wood did an iconic comic opera with actual comic strip characters that is beloved today by humor comic lovers. Okay, amusingly, Jacobs was also on the wrong side of a lawsuit when Irving Berlin and a group of other legendary songwriters, including Cole Porter and Richard Rodgers, sued Mad for its song parodies, arguing that they infringed on their copyrights. Mad won the case. Here's an old comic book legends revealed. There's an old comic book legends revealed on the lawsuit. Um, Jacobs is one of the recipients of the Bill Finger Award for Excellence in Comic Book Writing in 2009. There you go. That's the. So, what did you guys think of that article? You guys have anything to say about that? I mean, I know you said, Leto, you said that he did live a long time, which is true. We'll wait a few minutes to give you guys a chance to on that. It was okay. All right. Well, anyways, prepare to move on to the. Let's see, where are we at? 39 minutes. Okay. Doing okay on time thus far. All right. So, and I think we're about to get to the One Piece story that I was telling you about. Not that one. Oh, here we go. All right. So here's the story I was telling you about earlier, Leto. ATC, Solid, you guys still here with us? One Piece Volume 96 begins the Shonen Epics Endgame by Anthony Gramugila or Glila. Glia. Um, so yeah, begin this. So this is why I was thinking that it's probably coming to an end here because they're saying it's um beginning their end game. Well, this is a manga. This is a manga. This is what they're basing this on. One Piece Volume 96 is the beginning of the end for One Piece. Roger laughs, traitors are revealed, and people are boiled to death. Warning: the following contains spoilers for One Piece Volume 96 by Eiichiro Oda, Stephen Paul, and Vanessa Tone, now available in English. Yeah. I thought, man, screw it, because nobody here reads the manga anyways. No, I don't exist. Those who have scoured the One Piece chapters as they were published might already know that Volume 96 lays the foundation for One Piece's potential endgame, the final location of the One Piece itself. As it turns out, might the secret might very well lie with Kotsuki Odin, the legendary daimyo of Kiri, former crewmate of the Whitebeard pirates and all around legendary figure in Wano. The volume collects chapters 965 through 974 and contains a plot thread that reshapes the foundations of One Piece's epic narrative that has been sprawling for decades. Highlighted through flashbacks here, beyond simply the battle in Wano, the entire manga's end game seems closer than ever before. And I know this has been talked about quite a bit too, that this is possibly coming to an end. Odin's journey with Goldie Roger. Laugh out loud. Laugh out loud. Odin starts the manga joining up with Whitebeard's. Yeah. Yeah, I'm probably not going to read. This is all. I'm just going to read the Roger's reaction to the truth. There's all spoilers here. Odin returns to Wano. Who raised Kotsuki Hiyori and who betrayed the rebellion? So, anyway, so that's I know I just decided not to read because spoilers, and I prefer not. Is the supernatural of animes they promised it'll end, but it gets another season. Well, there's a few other things that did that too, Leto, from what I understand. So anyway, so that was all spoilers. So I won't read that whole thing through. Okay, so here's the other anime story. Common Rider's 50th anniversary. Um, Kamen Rider's 50th anniversary includes a new film, show, and first anime by John Arvidon. Kamen Rider is celebrating its 50th anniversary with a new movie, a new television show, and for the first time, a new anime. Yeah, because I recall Kamen Rider was probably more of a live action show like Power Rangers. I think it's in the same genre, of course. Toei Company's Kamen Rider turns 50 this year. So that was back in 1971. And to celebrate, the company has unveiled a trio of new projects. The projects include Shin Kamen Rider, a live action film from Shin Godzilla co director Ano Hideaki, opening in March 2023. Kamen Rider Black Sun, a reboot of the 1980s TV series from director Shiraishi Kazuya, arriving in spring 2022, and Fudo P, an anime series from Funimation based on the manga from Sanjo Riku and Sato Masaki, arriving in summer 2022. Created by Shotaro Ishinomori, Ishinomori Productions, and Toei Company, Kamen Rider launched in 1971 with a self-titled television series centered on Takeshi Hong and his battle against the Shocker organization. Since then, the franchise has spawned over 30 series, 12 television specials, and countless theatrical films. In the United States, Kamen Rider found life in 1995 thanks to Saban, which is also responsible for Power Rangers. However, that show ran for just 2 seasons, 40 episodes, ending in 1997. A second attempt to bring Kamen Rider to U.S. audiences came in 2008 with Kamen Rider Dragon Knight, but it was canceled before the final 2 episodes aired. So that was a quick article. Uh, Anime Power Rangers would be cool. Actually, hey, if you think about it, I think we saw kind of an allusion to it. I don't know if you remember you with Yu Yu Hakusho, there was an episode where they actually had characters that were kind of based on the Power Rangers. In a way, there was this demon force like Alranga and Mito Ranga, and they had, of course, the first letter of the color of the belt on their belt buckles. Oh, I agree, Leto. Yep. Oh, now we're back up to 3. Giddy. Oh, with that then, okay, so kind of gone through the two anime stories. No, there was this. Oh, here we go. This is the last main story of the night here. This is um this future. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Power Ranger hentai should be done as well. Uh, all right, so here's the last main story of the night. Futurama, the show, was almost completely different in some huge ways by Brandon Zachary. In the early stages of development, some of Futurama's characters were radically different. And you see Fry, Leela, and I think the robot's name is Bob there, I think. So, as with any show, Futurama went through a number of tweaks and shifts in terms of character, design, and performance over the course of development. But the earliest versions of the show were surprisingly distinct from the finished product, especially when it came to three of the show's most memorable characters. Here are some original character concepts that almost made Futurama radically different as revealed by the show's home release. And here's Fry. Ah, look. Whoa. Look at some of those designs right there. Futurama primarily centers around Philip J. Fry, a kind hearted but dim pizza delivery man who, after being frozen in the year 1999, is awoken in the 31st century. However, the character went through various iterations during the early stages of production. Originally, Fry was named Curtis. While he was always intended to be a delivery boy, he was initially intended to hail from the distant future rather than time travel. Original Fry was portrayed as a slightly older and gruffer figure. Judging by his early designs, as compiled by Animated TV Blog, series co creator David X. Cohen also explained on the commentary for season five's The Beast with a Billion Bucks and that there was a time in development when Fry had a pocket pal, a miniature robot who would serve as guide to the futuristic world of New York. New York, New York, New York. However, this was scrapped to serve as a guide. Oh wait, no. However, this was scrapped to avoid the show wasting time on exposition. A version of Pocket Pal later appeared in season five's The Beast with a Billion Bucks, only to be promptly destroyed. Oh, Bender, that's who the robot was. Bender. Did anyone see the new trailer? The show called Jung Fu on CW looks like trash. I think it's Kung Fu, and knowing them, they somehow like, well, I think they may have gender swapped the main character from the classic Kung Fu series, David Carradine's um, character. So Kung Fu was Kung Fu fighting. I don't watch regular TV, Letta. Had they made the final design for Fry? Same, but Twitter was pushing it. Bender. Bender is arguably Futurama's chief breakout character, with the foul mouthed but lovable criminal quickly taking center stage in various episodes. Bender actually went through a number of changes during the series' initial development, with the producers split over the general design of robots in the show. This included Bender at times having an additional antenna on either side of his head, a design that would be given to his son, Ben, in season seven's The Bots and the Bees. He was eventually given a round head, with series co creator Matt Groening telling the New York Times that this was to reflect Bender being a round peg in a square hole. Ha ha ha! Old pun. Old pun. However, the true challenge to figuring out Bender proved to be the vocal performance. The vocal performance. There were hundreds of auditions for the character, including other cast members who would join the show. Series co-creator David X. Cohen even auditioned for the role, as revealed in the audio commentaries of season one's The Series Has Landed. The role ended up going to John DiMaggio, who originally auditioned for the part of Professor Farnsworth. DiMaggio's performance felt less robotic and more natural, impressing the producers and landing DiMaggio the role. Mom! Carol, aka Mom, is one of the chief antagonists in Futurama. The owner and CEO of Mom's Friendly Robot Company, Mom effectively serves as the show's version of The Simpsons' Mr. Burns, a rich and malicious enemy that constantly thwarts the Planet Express's crew's plans thanks to her business connections and her former romantic relationship with Professor Farnsworth. However, Mom initially had a far more malicious place in the series. In early conceptions, Mom was the ruler of the entire world. As Futurama morphed during development, Mom became a corporate force to be reckoned with instead. At one point, Fry was even meant to work for her. Although this element was eventually dropped, Mom remained a major fixture of the show, albeit in a far more connected role. So there we go. All right, so that's pretty much it for the stories tonight, guys. I told you we initially had five. I guess I cut it down to four. With well, let's let me do something I haven't been doing in a while. Let's go back and take a look and see if there's anything that maybe check the anime stuff here, because there's I think there were at least some newer stuff that came since I. Okay, so there's a common writer. Let's see. Let's see. Maid Sama. How to get started with manga and anime. Oh, I don't know. Well, let's see. Don't know if you guys would be interested in that one. Um, laugh out loud. I know you guys probably would prefer more. Guys would probably prefer more action adventure. So let's go ahead and look through this, anyways. At least get the information out there, and then if you guys decide, whether or not you guys decide to check it out, it's on you. Up to you. Maid-sama, how to get started with the manga and anime. Having gone on for almost 10 years, here's how to read the Maid-sama manga as well as watch the anime adaptation. Maid cafes are an increasingly huge part of Japanese popular culture and are common elements in various animes. One of the most prominent examples of this trend is in Maid-sama, a series which ran from the mid 2000s to the early 2010s. The manga and anime follow Misaki Ayuzawa, the top student of the now co ed Seika High, who earns herself a reputation as a snooty, dictatorial know it all. Due to her family circumstances, however, she also has to secretly earn money by working at a maid cafe. Rival student Takumi Usui soon discovers this, using the information to his advantage before ironically falling in love with her. The setup is somewhat similar to the classic romantic series Kare Kano. Um, Kare Kano translates to English as his or her circumstances. I've seen it. It's actually kind of cute in a way. Kare Kano, his or her circumstances, was dubbed by the New York voice crew. So, um, with Maid Sama also lasting about as long, having gone on for almost 10 years, here's how to read the Maid Sama manga as well as watching the anime adaptation. Where to read Maid Sama. Before I get into that, let me see if you guys are saying anything about it. Maid Sama is a fun anime. Never seen it. Have it out, Mike. Don't forget, stream and chat automatically lag behind 30 seconds. So if you want a question answered, give it 30 seconds. Okay. Yeah, I should. Yeah, I should probably. Well, I think I did start doing that a little bit. Thanks for the reminder there, Toys. The original manga was written and drawn by Hiro Fujiwara and is comprised of 85 chapters contained in 18 tankobon volumes. The series focuses mainly on the comedic aspects of the main characters' interactions, especially early on in their relationship. Many reviewers have noted that these comedic highs help to overlook the somewhat cliched nature of the characters and premise. Much of this comedy has been praised as being noticeably free of the low hanging fan service usually rife in maid related manga and anime. Though later points in the story also take a slightly more serious turn, as well as a look into how Japanese societal rules and status can affect relationships. The series publication during an immense wave of popularity for anime in the West saw it translated into English. This was initially handled by Tokyo Pop, but the license is now carried by Viz Media. Eager readers can get their hands on physical 2-in-1 copies of the manga volumes via either Viz Media's official website or through Amazon brick and mortar retailers such as Books a Million and Barnes and Noble also carry the manga. Where to watch Maid Sama. The 26 episode anime adaptation of the manga premiered in 2010, running from April until September of that year. These episodes were further bolstered by a one episode OVA special. The studio behind it was JC Staff, who worked on several other romantic comedy and slice of life anime such as Toradora, Azumanga Daioh, and Food Wars. Due to the series being produced before the manga completed, the ending is different than what would be eventually written in the source material. This can make the anime's ending seem somewhat abrupt for fans of the manga, and there sadly hasn't been a second season to remake to the finish of the story in its entirety. Despite these changes, the anime was very well received and is considered one of the best in its genre from the 2010s. It's also widely available to fans in the West. The series can be streamed through Hulu and Netflix with both dubbed and sub versions available. Playtech Asia also offers a Blu ray collection, the entire series, though it is widely out of stock from other providers. With so many cheap and easy ways to enjoy both versions of the series, made Sama ready to please anyone in the mood for a comedic love story. Oh, there we go. There, that was a pretty interesting story there. How about working on this outro commission? Oh yeah, you take commissions. Hey, hey, just got home. Going to grab a bite to eat. Hey, Anon, welcome to the stream. Thank you for coming in. Albeit you're late, we already got through all the main stories for the night. I actually even added one there at the end there. Evening, everyone. Hey, Anon. Not normally, but a fellow toy guy asked for one, offered me money, but I said I wouldn't take his money. Just give me credit in his video description. Hey, Anon. How are you doing, my friend? Also, want to thank you for helping so much on my streams. And again, I do thank you guys for the likes and shares. That does help. Let's see now. So yeah, we're pretty much done with the main articles, I think. Unless I find something else that's pretty interesting. It's not like spoiler related or anything like that. Let's see here, anything in the comment? Well, this was it for. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it for tonight. There. Let's see. There's an emoji from Anon, thanking someone for too much help. I'm gonna try something here. Hopefully, maybe this will help fix the thing here. I may be off screen for just a moment, guys. All right, I just kind of tried to reboot the YouTube there to see if that maybe helps it a little bit more, but I guess not. Still reads as two on the count, that is. And we got four people participating in the chat, so that's kind of dumb. Yeah, I love my ribs. You know, excuse me a moment while I go off camera here. Alrighty then. Now I'm back. Let's see now. I think I will take a rip. We're at an hour and 12-minute mark now. So, anybody got anything you want to like? Is there anything you want to ask about or talk about? You deserve it. Thing either in the stories that we covered or anything you guys want to bring up. Hmm. Let's see now. Oh, Leto, not really. Laugh out loud. Y'all gonna watch Nick's stream? He promised a long drinking stream with uncivil law. I hadn't seen the notification yet, but then again, it's not. No rest till you've blown 9 back out tonight. Yeah. I guess Batgirl maybe his sleep schedule's probably screwing with him. That's why he's not here, probably. Yeah. Yeah, ha ha ha. All right, exit. No rest. Ha ha ha. Yeah, I guess I don't know if Solid's still here or not. I guess maybe he took off for another stream or something like that. Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, unless you guys have anything, again, if you have anything you want to talk about or anything like that, unless you guys don't, maybe it might be a good time to start wrapping up here. You know, um, unless you guys have something you want to ask about or talk about, guess see if you guys are ready for this day in Nietzsche history. I'll see if Crumbion is streaming um, on Twitch, Leto. If not, I'll be popping into Nick's. You can get Lulz points for the trophy of Batcoat your toys. Uh, Neat it up. Ha ha ha. I just saw that. All right. Well, anyways, guys, yeah, I think I'm going to wrap up. It doesn't seem like there's much more to talk about for tonight. So, um, I thank y'all for being here. So, without no further ado, let's go ahead and start wrapping this up. Today being Tuesday, April the 6th, 2021. Let's take a look back at this day in Nietzsche history. With that being said, let's see now. Need it up, Nietzsche King. All right, so our first time trip here, we go back 16 years ago today. We go back 16 years ago today to 2005 as the 805th issue of Detective Comics went on sale, featuring a pair of Batman stories, the heating up, and Mud. So on this date, 16 years ago today, the 805th issue of Detective Comics went on sale on this date back in 2005. And also, 1 year after that, on this date in 2006, the following anime premiered on following anime premiered. Madhouse's Yume Tsukai, OLM Tezuka Productions, Raid Animation, All My Goddess Flights of Fancy by AIC, Yoshimune from AIC Spirits Gonzo, Inukami from Seven Arcs, Holic from Production IG, same company that I believe did Ghost in the Shell, and Zagapine by Sunrise. So on this date, 15 years ago today, Yuma Tsukai, Raid Animation, Oh My Goddess Flights of Fancy, Yoshimune, Inakami, Holic, and Zagapine all made their debuts in Japan on this day 15 years ago. With all that being said, I thank you guys for being here. Um, and I know it's a little shorter stream tonight than usual, but as we're I got through the news stories pretty quick. One of them was a spoiler. I didn't even realize it was a spoiler. But, anyways, I thank you guys again, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.